All right, we are all ready for Manic Monday. It is back, and what better way to kick off the institution of Manic Monday than with one of the most manic pitchers in baseball history, Mark Fydrich. Getting back to the Mark Fydrich replay on Inside Pitch. Already done 10 starts. That was a while ago. All the videos are out there, but I will give you a recap just so you don't have to go fishing for old videos. I'll let you see how things have progressed so far. Here is a log of all the starts to date by Fydrich. First 10 starts. This one, of course, is going to be from July 3rd in Tiger Stadium against Baltimore. Look at his season totals in the replay versus the in real life totals. He's doing better ERA-wise than the replay, but his win-loss total is a little bit lower. He's gave up 5 home runs so far in real life, but none in the replay, interestingly enough. A little bit more innings pitched in real life than in the replay. A couple times he's gone more than 9 innings, but I'm not real comfortable making him go that far, so that's why his innings pitched are slightly lower. But I may have to start extending him a little bit further just to try to match what he did in real life. So anyway, that's where he's at right now. He is 6-3 in the replay with a 1.53 ERA, and at this point in real life, he was 8-1 with a 2.05. So that's where we stand. And now let's look at today's game from July the 3rd. Again, Mark the Bird Fydrich, and we are at Tiger Stadium. He'll be opposed by Baltimore lefty, the veteran, Mike Cuellar. Cuellar, at the tail end of his career in 1976, he was 4-13 with a 4.96 ERA. Let's go through the starting lineups very quickly. First for the O's, managed by Earl Weaver. Leading off in left field is Al Bumry. Batting second and playing center field is Paul Blair. Hitting third at second base is Bobby Grich. Batting cleanup is Reggie Jackson in right field. Batting fifth at first base is Lee May. Hitting sixth and doing the designated hitting is Andre Mora. Batting seventh at shortstop, Mark Belanger. Batting eighth at third base is the old venerable Brooks Robinson. And batting ninth and catching, famous pitching coach Dave Duncan. So that's going to do the lineup for the Orioles. Let's look at the lineup for the Tigers. Pretty familiar lineup to people that have been following the replay. Ron LaFleur leads off in center field. Tom Verizor is a shortstop. He'll hit second. Rusty Staubs in right. He'll hit third. Alex Johnson is the designated hitter. He will hit cleanup. Jason Thompson's at first. He will hit fifth. Aurelio Rodriguez at third. He will hit sixth. Mickey Stanley's in left. He will hit seventh. Pedro Garcia's at second. He will hit eighth. And Bruce Kim, the personal catcher for Mark Fydrich, will bat in the number 9 position. All right, so those festivities out of the way, I think we're just about ready to get going. Haven't played Inside Pitch in a while, so I had to do some practice games to try to get my rules down. Got most of them down pretty good. Hopefully it won't be too many problems with that, but I have a little rule book with me if I need it. Hopefully I will not. All right, so let's get this game going here. Make sure we get everything in sight so you can see it. Hopefully. Let's get this, whoops, let's steady my tripod here so that we get everything in sight without too much juggling. Hopefully I'm not shaking everybody up to where they're getting dizzy. So let's get all this in place. Get the score sheet in place. Let's move this over here a little bit so we can see the score sheet. Oops, ooh, a little dip there, sorry. All right, we'll get it straight in just a second. I do want to make sure you can see all the cards and the score sheet at the same time, as well as the dice and the ballpark card. So what I'm going to do is take the pitchers not involved, I'm going to put them to the side, and hopefully this will now work out. Let's make sure we're not dipping too low here. So I think we are about ready. Hopefully. Come on, get get this straight here. I had it straight a while ago, and now I lost it, and now I'm trying to get the exact setup I had back the way I liked it. I had it almost perfectly, and then I lost it, and now I'm trying to get it back without the phone tipping over on me. Because if you lean it too far down, the weight of the phone is going to carry this whole tripod down with it. So I'm trying to get it all set. I think I got it straight right now. Hopefully that's stable. The word hope is highlighted there. All right, so we are ready to go. I'll put the score sheet down this way so you can see the visiting Orioles when they're batting. And I'll raise it up when the Tigers come to bat. I'm going to put Tiger Stadium off to the side and bring it in when I need it. Just as a reminder, Tiger Stadium adds 1 to both strikeouts and walks for the ballpark effects. All right, so just a quick refresher on how the game is played for those who haven't seen it in a while or at all. We're going to roll 3 dice, the red and the white, and look off the pitcher card. The red's going to tell us which column in the pitcher card to use, and the white's going to tell us which row. So if I rolled a 5-2, we would go to column 5, row 2, and it's a blank right there. So basically what you're going to do is take the result off the pitcher card. If it's if it's a blank, you go straight to the batter card. However, there can be things straight off the pitcher card as well, but you always check the pitcher card first. All right, and then we roll a D20 to go with it, just because the D20 split's going to factor in some things that could happen on the pitcher card. All right, in this case, the blank was on the pitcher card, so that means we go to the batter card. So now we're going to re-roll again for Bumry, and that would be a 6-1. And on a 6-1, that's a ground ball to first. Column 6, row 1, cross-reference the grid, it's a ground ball to first, and your at-bat would be over. So that's pretty much how it goes. So now let's get going for real. Mark the bird Fydrich has finished grooming the mound. So now he is ready to go against Al Bumry, left fielder leading off for the Orioles. Game 11 is underway, 3-2. 3-2 on Fydrich is a blank. Again, column 3, row 2 is a blank. So that means we're going to just go straight to Bumry's card to complete the at-bat. 2-4, 2-4, column 2, row 4 is a double to center field. How about that? Right off the bat, Al Bumry, column 2, row 4, it's a double to center field. So Al Bumry gets to the bird early with a leadoff double. And Earl Weaver's got to be liking that. Here's Paul Blair. I'm not doing any strategy rolls, so I'm just going to play it as normal. I'm going to attempt to steal when I want to steal, basically. Keeps the game streamlined, I think. 2-6. Column 2, row 6 is blank again for Fydrich, so we're going right to Paul Blair's card. 1-5. 1-5 is a single to short, S6, single pass short on the column 1, row 5. Well, let's check base runner advancement. When we go to base runner advancement, the S6 chart, going from second to home, you have to have a BR rating of 3 through 6, so at least a 3 on his base runner rating to score from second base. And you figure that Bumry would. He does, barely. He's got a 3, so that means he's going to score. So Paul Blair, RBI single, scores Bumry, and it's 1-0 Orioles right off the bat. So Earl Weaver pepping him up in the dugout. Here's Bobby Grich. 5-6, 5-6. It's a possible error on a ground out. There's a question mark there. So that means error on a ground out question mark. So we go to Grich's card. If there is a grounder, then it's a chance for an error. It's a 2-4. 2-4 is a ground ball to third. So ground ball to third, possible error on the third baseman Rodriguez. But the D20 is a 16, which is higher than the 5, so that means he makes the play. Since he makes the play with a runner at first, chance for a double play. Bobby Grich's double play rating is a 3. Fydrich adds nothing. The pivot man is second baseman Garcia. He adds nothing, so it's a 3 total. So we roll the blue die. If it's a 3 or less, it's a double play. It's a 5, so it's not a double play, but is it a force play? The BR rating of the runner on second base is Paul Blair. His BR is a 2. 5 is greater than that, so that means Paul Blair is going to be out on a fielder's choice. 5-4. Grich will take over at first base. 1 away, and here's Reggie Jackson. 1-3, and that's a star line right there. That means it's automatically an out. We go up to the star line, it's going to be an out of some sort. We use the blue die to figure out what that out's going to be. It's a 5. That's a ground ball to third. So again, we're checking for a double play. Again, it's a 3 here. So we already know Fydrich has nothing and Garcia adds nothing. So a 1 through 3, it's a double play. It's a 6. That means runner advances. So when it's a 6, the runner advances. So Reggie is out 5 to 3 for out number 2. Gritch will go to second. So Gritch is in scoring position with 2 outs for Lee May, first baseman for the O's. 1-1, that's a strikeout chance. Look at the strikeouts for Lee May against right-handers. It's a 13. You bring in Tiger Stadium, you add 1 to that, makes it a 14. That's a 3. 3 is less than 14, so he will strike out. And the inning's over, but the Orioles strike first. Thanks to the Bumry double and the Blair single, Orioles lead at 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Mike Cuellar given that lead to protect, and Ron LaFleur will be leading things off for the Tigers. 6-3, 6-3. Possible error on a throw. So if a throw is necessary, there could be an error. Go to LaFleur, see if a throw is going to be necessary. 3-1. 3-1, it's a double to center, so it's not going to be a throw necessary. It's strictly a double. So how about that? Bumry leads off the game in the top of the first with a double, and now LaFleur follows up with a double of his own. Here's Verizon. 2-1, possible strikeout. Verizon strikeout against lefties is a 6. You add 1 from the stadium, makes it a 7. The blue die is a 6, so that means he strikes out. So maybe he should have bunted there with weak hitting Verizon, but try to play and see if he can sneak one through the right side, but he strikes out. Here's Rusty Staub. 3-2. That's a split chance on Cuellar. If he's facing a right-hander, it'd be a walk plus. Left-hander, it's just a blank, so that means we're going to go to Staub's card to finish the at-bat. 3-6, that's a fly out to right field. And there's 2 away. Brings us to the DH, Alex Johnson. 4-5 for Cuellar. That is a blank, so we go straight to Alex Johnson. 6-2. 6-2 is a ground out to third. That's a third out of the inning. And the Tigers blow that leadoff double. They get nothing else. And go to the second inning with score. Orioles 1, Tigers nothing. And the Bird coming back out to see what he can do. Facing DH Andre Mora. And if you remember the disco era, you could name him Andre Mora Mora Mora. How do you like it? How do you like it? 6-6 is blank. Probably didn't like my singing or my attempt of humor there. 6-6 is a blank, so we go to Mora's card. 5-4. 5-4, that's a split chance. Against a left-hander, it would have been a single past second, but against a right-hander, it's a ground out to second. So a 4-3 ground out means more of the righty hit better against lefties, which kind of makes sense. 1 away, and here is Belanger. 4-5, and that's again blank for Fydrich. He's got a lot of blanks on this card, trying to let the batters get themselves out. 2-5 for Belanger, that's a star line 2. Go up here to star line 2, it's a ground out to short. So there's 2 away. And it brings up Brooks Robinson, Brooksy. 2-5 is a possible walk. The walk rating against a right-hander is a 6, but the ballpark adds 1, makes it a 7. This is a 7, so it will be a walk. So Tiger Stadium gives the walk to Brooks Robinson. So Robinson reaches. Brings up number 9 hitter Dave Duncan. 6-6 is a blank again for Fydrich. Go to Duncan. 3-5. 3-5 is a ground out to short. And with that being the third out, they're just going to go the regular way, 6-3, to end the inning. So nothing doing for the O's. We go to the bottom of the second. It is Orioles 1, Tigers nothing. Mike Cuellar back out. We'll be facing Jason Thompson, lefty on lefty matchup. Jason Thompson. 2-5. 2-5 is a strikeout chance. Thompson against a lefty strikes out 13, but we do add 1 from the stadium, makes it a 14. That's a 7. 7's less than 14, so it will be a strikeout. Jason Thompson out on strikes. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. 4-6. 4-6 is a double question mark. So what that means is you come down here, and he's facing a right-handed batter. So the result is a single past the pitcher on a 1 through 10. If the blue die is a 1 through 10, he would give up a single. That's a 15, so it's out of range, so we go straight to the batter card at that point. Finish the at-bat with Rodriguez. 2-5 is a star line 5. That is a fly to left. And there's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Mickey Stanley, trying to help him do things right. 2-2 is the at sign, which means we go straight to the ballpark. So we're going to go get the result straight off Tiger Stadium. We get a 2-1. 2-1 is a pop out to the catcher. So pop out to Duncan, and the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Tigers. We go to the third. It is still Orioles 1, Tigers nothing. And Fydrich coming back out. Back to face the top of the order in Al Bumry. Bumry doubled and scored his first trip. 4-6, that's a possible hit by pitch on that column 4, row 6. Bumry's hit by pitch is a 1. He's a -4, so impossible for him to be hit by pitch, so go straight to Bumry's card. Finish the at-bat 5-2. That is a ground out to second. And there's 1 away. Oh, you know what? That should have been Blair batting. My bad. Nope, that was right. I messed up the score sheet. Duncan was the one who grounded out last time. My bad. And this is a 4-3 right there. Good thing I've got white out. We can fix that. Little glitch there. For some reason, when Duncan grounded short at the end of the inning, I put it up there. I don't know why I did that, but somehow I did. All right, so Bumry leads off the inning, grounding out to second, 1 away. Here's Paul Blair. He had the RBI single first trip. 2-6. 2-6 is blank again for Fydrich. Go to Blair. 4-1. 4-1 is a star line 3, which is a ground out to first. So 2 up, 2 down for Bobby Grich. 1-1 is a strikeout chance. Grich strikes out against right-handers at a 12. Add 1 from the stadium, makes it a 13, but that's an 18. It's out of range. So go straight to Grich. 4-3, fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Fydrich possibly settling in now after that early trouble. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still 1-0 O's. I gotta turn my fan on. It's getting stuffy in here. It's cool outside, cool and rainy, but in here with the windows shut and everything, it's a little stuffy. So see if I can't get some airflow going. All right, here is Pedro Garcia, second baseman, leads things off for the Tigers. 1-5, 1-5, and this little parentheses is if he's tired, you use that result, but he's not tired, so we go straight to the K result. Garcia against a lefty, K's at a 13, plus 1 is a 14. That's a 5, so he is out on strikes. Garcia is gone, 1 away for Bruce Kim. 4-3, that's a blank on Cuellar, so go straight to Kim. 6-6 is a ground ball to third. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the order for the floor. He doubled and was stranded. It's first time up. 6-1 is a possible error. Doesn't matter if it's a throw or whatever what it is. Whatever the next result is, we're checking for an error. So let's see who the fielder in question is. It's a 3-2. Star line 2. Ground ball to short. So we're checking the error on Belanger. Belanger is a 4. This is a 3. Since the D20 roll is less than his error rating, it will be an error. So we go to the failed error check, which is on the back chart. Failed error check on a G6. Failed error G6 just says boots ball, 1 base error. So Belanger Normally a steady fielder, but this time he boots it, and obviously a low roll in the D20 did that, so most times he's going to make that play, but not this time. So it is an E6 for Belanger. Let me write that better. That was kind of messy. That was kind of messy and sloppy. Let's do that again. All right, so LaFleur's at first with 2 outs. Now, it's a chance he might run. He does have an attempt of 8, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm calling my own steals. So that's a 15 for steals. Cuellar plus 3 stolen base gives him an 18. And then we look at Duncan's arm. Duncan's a plus 1 gives him a 19. So 1 to basically anything other than, as long as it's not a 20, he'll be safe. To 4, so he will steal second base. So he reaches on the E6 and then he steals second base. So LaFleur is at second with 2 outs and brings up Verizor. 5-3. 5-3 is a range play at the ballpark. Now at sign again. So range play at the ballpark. 1-5. 1-5 is blank. That means when you get a blank on the ballpark card, it means you are going to the rare play. So we go to our rare play chart, which is right here. There's one for bases empty, and there's another one for men on base. And we obviously have a man on base, so we're going to roll 2 D6s and check out what happens on this rare play. It's a 31. So we go here to 31. It says, with less than 2 outs, shallow fly to left, resolve as a range play. But there's not less than 2 outs. There are 2 outs already. So let's see here. If left fielder does not catch the ball, the lead runner gets a late break attempting to advance to the next base. Roll 1d6, blah, blah, blah. So you know what? I'm going to re-roll that because I'm not sure how that's played when it fails. It doesn't say what to do when they're not 2 outs or when there are 2 outs. So I'm just going to re-roll the hold at bat. I'm not sure what else to do with it, so I'm just going to re-roll the hold at bat. 6-4. 6-4 on Cuellar is a walk plus, which means you add 10 to Verizor's walk rating. His walk rating against lefties is an 8. Add 10, make it an 18, plus 1 from Stadium's a 19. So even though this is a 17, he's still going to walk. So that's going to put runners at first and second now. So you got LaFleur at second, Verizor at first, 2 down for Rusty Staub. And if somebody can tell me what to do on that rare play that came up that failed that result on that 31 chart, please let me know, and I will make note of that for future reference. Here's Rusty Staub. We get a 1-3. 1-3, well, that's another split, and against lefties, it's a home run chance. So we go straight down to the home run chance of Rusty Staub. Against lefties, it's an 18. Ballpark adds nothing, that's a 19. So he just missed the home run chance because it's a 19. Had this been anything other than a 19 or 20, he would have hit a 3-run homer, but didn't work out. So since it fails, we finish the at-bat off Staub's card. We get a 4-3. He's still going to double to right field. How about that? So it's still a double to right. We know one run is going to score, just a matter of whether the runner on first, Verizor, can score. We know that LaFleur is going to score. So let's check the runner advancement on a double to right field. D9, to get from first to home, you take 1 away from the BR rating, but you add 1 because of the 2 out factor, so that's a wash. And let's look at the arm rating of the right fielder and see if he adds anything. Right fielder, Reggie Jackson's a -1, so he's going to deduct 1 from the BR rating of Verizor. Verizor is a BR rating of 2. That makes him a 1. So they're going to hold Verizor at third base. So Verizor will stop at third, but the score is now tied at a run apiece on the double by Rusty Staub. Runners at second and third for Alex Johnson. So the error by Belanger has opened the door for the Tigers, and they've busted through it for a run. 3-2, that's a walk plus, because it's a righty, it's a walk plus. He walks at a 6. 1's a 7, plus the 10 from the plus is a 17. That's an 11. It will be a walk, and the bases are loaded. So Cuellar in jeopardy of losing the lead. He's got to face Jason Thompson with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 1-4. 1-4 against a lefty. Against a righty, it'd be a hit. Against a lefty, it's a walk chance. And it will be a walk because Thompson's an 11. That's a +1's a 12. That's a 7. So he's going to walk in a run. And the Tigers take the lead. A bases loaded walk to Jason Thompson. Tigers grab the lead. 2-1. Bases are still loaded for Aurelio Rodriguez and Earl puffing on his Chesterfields. 4-2. S1, but he's not tired yet, so that's going to be treated like a blank. So go straight to Rodriguez's card. 6-2. Starline 6, that's a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. But the Tigers pick up 2. Both of them unearned, but they'll take it. And at the end of 3, it's Tigers 2, Orioles 1. And here comes the Bird with the lead now, facing Reginald Martinez Jackson to lead off the top of the 4th. Reggie grounded to third his first trip. 5-1 on Fydrich is the @ sign, which means going straight to the ballpark card. The ballpark card it is. 1-2. 1-2 is a single to left field, so it's a base hit for Reggie. Leadoff single for Reggie. Brings up Lee May. And back come the O's. May struck out his first time. 6-6 is blank for Fydrich. Go to May's card. 5-1. Starline 1. That's a ground out to second. Could be a double play. May is a 3. Verizon, his pivot, is a 0. So it's going to stay a 3. And of course, Fydrich has nothing. So 3 or less, it's a double play. It's a 5, so we don't get the double play. But the BR rating of Jackson is only a 3, so it's a fielder's choice. That will do it. So it's a 4-6 fielder's choice for the first out. Lee May is now the runner at first. Brings up DH Andre Moore. 3-3. We go back to the ballpark with that @ sign. So we're going back to Tiger Stadium. 5-1, and it's blank again. So again, we got a rare play. So we're going to go back to the rare play chart. See if we get a result that makes sense this time and can be used with the 2d6s. 46. Let's check 46 on the rare play chart. 46. Right fielder dives after sinking liner resolved as an S9 range play. Now, I'm not checking for injury, but it's an S9 range play for Rusty Staub, who unfortunately has a 1 for his range. So the blue die has to be a 1 for him to make this catch. Otherwise, it's a failed range play. It's a 3, so it's a failed range play. Now, if it's a 5 or 6 on the second roll, it's a double. And it is. It's a double. On the failed range play, it will be a double. Now the question is, can he score? So more doubles, but can Lee May score? Lee May's BR rating's a 2. And let's see here, a double to right. Again, you lose 1, and there's not 2 outs, so you don't get that 1 back. So his BR rating would now be a 1, and Rusty Staub's arm is a +1, so that would give him a 2. So a 2 or less, he would make it. Or with only 1 out, do you hold him? You know what? They are going to hold him because they don't like those odds. So Lee May is going to stop at third. Runners at second and third for Belanger. So you got the 2 veterans, Belanger and Robinson, trying to bring home the run. Infield is going to play in. 3-6. 3-6 is a strikeout chance. And that's a 3. So Belanger starts with a 9, adds 1 to 10. That's a strikeout. Big strikeout of Belanger for out number 2. And now it's up to Brooks Robinson. Brooksy, last chance in the inning. Keep it going. 4-5. 4-5 is blank. We go to Robinson's card. 3-2. 3-2 is a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So the Bird pitches out of that. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Remains 2-1 Tigers. Here in this AL East matchup from 1976, July 3rd. Mike Cuellar on the mound, now facing Mickey Stanley. 6-5 is a possible walk. His walk rating's a 7, add 1's an 8, but that's a 14. Not sure you can see it all the way up there, but that's a 14, so no walk. Finished the at-bat on Stanley's card, 4-2, ground out to second. So Stanley is retired. Here's Garcia, 4-3, blank off of Cuellar. Go to Garcia, 6-4, ground out right to Cuellar. So right back to the box for out number 2. Brings up Bruce Kim. 1-5, strikeout chance because he's not tired yet. It is a strikeout chance, but 17 is way too high. It's way above the 10 needed for a strikeout. So now here's Kim. 3-4, Starline 1, ground ball to Brooks Robinson to end the inning. So 4 innings are in the books. Tigers lead it 2-1, and Fydrich back out again. And he's certainly capable of a complete game, no doubt about it, as long as he's effective. Here is Mr. Duncan. Start the 5th. 1-2 is a strikeout chance. He's a 13, add 1 makes it a 14, but that's a 15, so no strikeout. So Duncan's card. 2-5, ground out to short. There's one away. So Duncan grounds to Verizor, one away. Here's back to the top of the order now, Bumry. 3-6. Against a righty, be a strikeout chance. Against a lefty, it's blank. Go to Bumry. 5-6. He's going to ground it to short. So Verizor gets a workout over there with 2 ground balls in a row. And here's Paul Blair. Singled and grounded to first. 2-5, potential walk with that W. His walk is a 10, add 1, make it an 11, but that's a 12, so no walk. Finish on Blair, 5-2. He's going to single to left field, so 2-out single for Paul Blair. Now you got to see if he's going to steal. He's going to try it anyway. 14. Fydrich -3 on the steal drops him to an 11, and Kim is a -2 would drop him to a 9. So do they want to try it with a 9? You know what? They need him in scoring position, so they're kind of desperate with 2 outs. So they're going to send him. He needs a 9 or less. At 19, he's thrown out. So caught stealing to end the inning. But Earl, figuring he'd roll the dice literally and figuratively and symbolically, and it just didn't work. So Blair gave it a shot, but Kim, with a rifle down there, threw a peg down to Verizor, and the inning is over. So now we go to the bottom of the 5th. I'll bring up top of the order, and Ron LaFleur doubled and reached on an error. Also has a stolen base. 1-4. Potential walk. He walks at a 12, plus 1's a 13. That's a 7, so he will walk. So Ronnie LaFleur draws the leadoff walk. And I won't, you know what? I'll go this time. I'm going to go by the attempt because he's already went once. I don't want to overdo it, so we'll roll in the attempt roll. If he gets the attempt, we'll try it. He does not, so no stolen base this time. We're going to say he can't get the jump. So here is Verizor. 6-6. That's a walk chance, but that's an 18, so way out of line there. Go to Verizor. 2-5. He will fly to right. One away. Probably again, maybe should have bunted. I don't know. His bunt rating's a 5. Means he's a good bunter. So probably should have done it. But in American League ball, don't think of too many bunts. 2-2 is we're back to the ballpark card with that @ sign. So we're going straight to Tiger Stadium. 4-6. 4-6 is a single to center field. So Rusty Staub. 2 for 3 now. A double and a single. And the Tigers. Let's see about the runner advancement for LaFleur. That single went to center, so when you look at the chart for base runner advancement, the S8 to go from first to third on the S8 is a -1. So you take away 1 from LaFleur, whose BR rating is a 4. So you take 1 away from that, makes it a 3. And then the center fielder arm, Blair is a -1. That's a 2. So do they want to test it? I think they're going to hold him up. So runners at first and second, 1 out. And that'll bring up the DH, Alex Johnson. And now the Oriole bullpen's starting to stir down there. 4-5 off of Cuellar is a blank. So now we go to Alex Johnson. 5-4. 5-4 is a question mark 8, which means you come up here facing a lefty. We compare this chart here with the D20, and we roll an 11 on the D20. So an 11 means it's a D. 11 and 12, it means it's a double for Alex Johnson. So Alex Johnson will double. We know that's going to score at least one with LaFleur coming across the plate. Now Rusty Staub doesn't run very well, so he will probably have to hold. His run rating, BR rating, is only a 2, and he doesn't get a 2-out boost. So, the left fielder's arm is Bumry. He's a +1, so I will add 1, give him a 3. But a double to left is a -1 because that to 2. They're going to hold him. Staub, like I said, doesn't run very well. There's only 1 out, so they're going to hold him there. And Jason Thompson, the batter, and this is probably the last man that Cuellar is going to get to face with the righties coming up. Infield is in with 1 out. 5-6, it's an error on a ground out possibility. Thompson. 5-4. 5-4 is a fly to center. Now the question is it a sacrifice fly? Thompson has a 2 sacrifice fly rating, so we're going to roll the D6. If we get a 1 or 2, it's a sacrifice fly. And we do, so it's a 2, so it's a sacrifice fly for Jason Thompson. Out number 2, but Staub comes in to score. And that's going to do it for Cuellar. He is going to be lifted as the run scores to make it a 4-1 ball game. Cuellar will now be lifted, and the Orioles will turn to Dave Pagan, the righty. So Dave Pagan, the righty, and I believe he did actually pitch in this game as well. So going with that, Dave Pagan. All right, so Pagan facing Rodriguez, runner at second and 2 outs. 5-6, possible strikeout. His strikeout is a 10 plus 1 from the stadium's 11, but that's a 14. So Rodriguez gets to go off his own card. 3-2. 3-2 as a ground out to first. That's going to end the inning. And I can close the book on Cuellar. 2 runs for the Tigers. So Cuellar pitches 4 2/3. Gives up 4 runs. 2 of those were earned. And I'll worry about the rest of it later. I'm not really worried about his hits or anything because I'm not doing a Cuellar replay. I'm doing a Fydrich replay. All right, so Fydrich back out. Now enjoying a 4-1 lead. And he'll be facing Bobby Grich to start the 6th. 2-2 off of Fydrich is blank. So we go to Grich. 3-3, and that is a single past third base. So base hit for Grich, leadoff single. And that'll bring up Reggie Jackson. Now Grich, now he's down 4-1, he's not going to steal. So here's Reggie. 3-6, and against a lefty, that's a blank. So we go to Reggie's card, finish the at-bat. 6-3, Starline 4, which is a ground ball to second, chance again for a double play. Got a 3 there, so we already know the other factors are 0. So 1, 2, or 3 gets a double play. And it's a 3, so it is a double play. So, given that instance, it's a 4-6-3 double play. Just like that, 2 quick outs for the Bird. Reggie not happy, Earl not happy. Running out of Chesterfield's over there. And that'll bring up Lee May, first baseman. 3-3. That's the @ sign, so we're going back to Tiger Stadium. 2-3. 2-3 is a ground ball to first. Handled by Thompson, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the O's. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 4-1 Tigers. And Dave Pagan back out for his 2nd inning of work. He's only faced 1 batter so far. Here's Mickey Stanley, the left fielder. 5-4 off of Pagan. Against a lefty would be a single, but against a righty it's a strikeout chance. And with that being a 1, that's pretty much an automatic strikeout. So Mickey Stanley out on strikes. Here is Garcia. 2-3 for Garcia off of Pagan. 2-3 is a range play. So we're going to get a range play off Garcia's card. 2-1. Starline 4, that's a ground ball to short, so we're doing a range play on Belanger. His range is a 5, which is the best you can have. So anything other than rolling a 6, he'll make the play. And it's a good play for Belanger. 6-3, 2 down. So Belanger up to the task. Here's Bruce Kim. 2 out, space is empty. 4-4. Again, against a righty, it'd be against a lefty, it'd be a single. Righty, it's a walk chance, and with that being a 2, it will be a walk. So Bruce Kim coaxes a 2-out walk and brings up the top of the order. And Ron LaFleur. 3-3 is a potential walk, but that's a 20, so that's not going to happen. Go to LaFleur. 6-3 is a fly to right, and the inning is over. So 6 innings are in the books here at Tiger Stadium. Tigers still lead it seemingly comfortable, 4-1 with Fydrich on the mound. They feel pretty confident about that. Earl says we got other ideas. Well, let's wait and see. Fydrich can face 34 batters before he gets tired. Right now he's only faced 23, so he's in good shape. Here is Andre Mora, DH, to lead things off. 1-6 off Fydrich is a walk chance. Mora's walk chance is a 6. Add 1 from the stadium, it's a 7. That is a 6, so Mora will draw a leadoff walk. Not what Fydrich had in mind. Here's Belanger. 4-5, and that is a blank, so we go to Belanger's card. 4-4. 4-4 is a single to pass second against a lefty, but a grounder, but this is a single pass second. Go to our runner advancement chart. S4 to go from first to third. You need a 3 through 6. You need at least a 3 BR rating to do that. And the BR rating of Andre Moore is only a 1, so he can't do it. It's only a 1, so he can't do it. He's going to go station to station. And base hit for Belanger puts runners at first and second. Nobody out. And the tying run, Brooks Robinson's at the plate. Brooksy has walked and flied to left. 1-2 is a strikeout chance. That's a 15, way too high, so we go to Robinson. 3-6 for Brooksy is a starline 6, which is a fly to center. And now the question is, can the runner move to third? I don't think Mora can, not with a BR of 1. That's not going to happen. On a fly ball to, let's see, it was a fly ball to center field, and to go from second to third, subtract 3 from VR rating, he's only got a VR rating of 1, he'd be a -2, so he has to hold. Here's Duncan. 1 out and 2 on. 3-2 off of Fydrich is blank, so we go to Duncan's card. 1-5, that's a single pass, or single to left field, so possible runs could score. Although again, Moore is only a 1 BR rating. S7 to skip from second to home, you do add 1, so that would give him a 2. Left fielder's arm is a 0, Mickey Stanley, but down 4-1, you're not going to take that chance with only 1 out. So with the bases loaded now, and the top of the order coming up, Fydrich has to bear down as he faces Al Bumry. Tiger bullpen starting to stir just a tiny bit. Steve Grilly, the right-hander, is loosening, along with left-hander John Hiller. So here's Bumry. 5-2 off of Fydrich is blank, so we go to Bumry's card. Infield is at double play depth. 3-6 is a ground ball to first, potential double play. That's a 2, so it's got to be a 1 or a 2 to be a double play on Bumry. It's a 3, so it will not be, and the 3 is not greater than the BR rating, so it will be runner advance. So it's a ground out, first base give an RBI to Bumry, and everybody else will move up to second and third. So tying runs are in scoring position with 2 outs for Paul Blair. Fydrich trying to get out of this mess. 6-5 is a range play. Go to Blair's card for the range play. It's a 2-2. That's a ground ball to third, so the range of Rodriguez is a 3. So this has to be a 3 or less to make the play. It is. It's a 1, so he makes the range play. And the damage is kept to a minimum. Only 1 run for the Orioles. Earl figures he blew an opportunity there and lights up another one. So we go to the 7th inning stretch. Score still remains, or now changes to rather. The Tigers 4, Orioles 2. We got Verizon. We're going to have a new pitcher in for the Orioles, I do believe. It will be left-hander. Let's see. I believe it's going to be a left-hander. Or maybe not. You know what? They're going to keep Pagan in there, because Pagan has pitched well since coming in. He's not tired yet. He's actually a middle reliever, so he can go to 10 batters before he gets tired. Right now he's only faced 5, so might as well leave him in there. Let's stick with Pagan. Here's for Riser. 1-3 on Pagan is the double question mark. So we come over here against a right-hander. It's a 1-12 will get you a single. That's a 9, so it's a single for Verizon. Leadoff single, here's Rusty Staub. 3-3, potential walk. Staub walks at a 14, so +1 per stadium makes it a 15. That's a 7, so it will be a walk to Rusty Staub. Runners at first and second. And now Alex Johnson is up in the lefty. Tippy Martinez is in the bullpen, and he's going to come in to face Jason Thompson, the next batter. But right now, Pagan's got to get to Alex Johnson. 1-6, possible error on a grounder. So let's see if there is a grounder. 5-1 is actually a question mark 8, which means to fly to center. Again, we're coming up here against a right-hander. That's a 6. And a 6-14 is a double. So it's a double for Alex Johnson. That's going to be all for Pagan for sure, as that will score Verizon from second. Now, Staub doesn't run well, so he is going to stop at third base. Not even going to risk it. But that's going to be all for Pagan. Maybe Earl went too long with him. But Tippy Martinez is now in for the Orioles to face Jason Thompson. Second, third, nobody out. Infield's going to have to play in. Lefty on lefty. 3-3 is the ballpark check. That little @ sign, we're going straight to Tiger Stadium. 3-3 again. That's a fly to left. Now, will it be a sac fly? His sac fly rating is a 2, so we need a 2 or less to get the sacrifice. And we do not, so no sacrifice fly. All right, and with Staub not running well, they're not even gonna take a chance. It's only 1 out, so they'll keep him there. Here's Rodriguez, 2-1, and that's a range play at the ballpark. So we go back to Tiger Stadium for a range play. Get a 2-1. That's a pop out to the catcher, Duncan. So I need to check Duncan's range. Duncan has a range of 3. So he will make the range play. He will get the pop out. So out number 2, Tippy Martinez trying to tiptoe his way out of this. Here is Mickey Stanley. Don't know if he's doing it through the tulips or not, but the ukulele may be playing for Tiny Tim. Here's Mickey Stanley. Stanley, 2-1 is another range play at the ballpark, right where we just came from. 3-5. 3 and a 5 is a fly to center, so we're checking the range of Paul Blair. Paul Blair's range is a 3, and this is huge to make this play. It's got to be a 3 or less. And it is, so Paul Blair snags it. And Tippy Martinez keeps the Orioles in the game, only allowing the 1 run. So at the end of 7, it is a 5-2 Tiger lead. And Tippy Martinez kept his team in the game. So we go to the 8th. It'll be Grich, Jackson, and May against Fydrich. Fydrich has faced 29 batters, so he's right at the borderline. Well, he's got 5 more to go, so we'll see how it plays out. John Hiller, the lefty, is loosening. 4-5 is a blank off of Fydrich. Go to Grich. 4-3, fly to center. 1 away. Here's Reggie. 3-3, whoops, 3-3, and we're back to the ballpark again. Not a range play, but just a ballpark check. 6-2 is a fly to left. So Reggie trying to go the opposite way, but couldn't quite get enough. 2 up, 2 down for Lee May. Birds looking good to get the win. 2-5, possible walk, and it will be, with that being a 3, it will be a 2-out walk to Lee May. And that'll bring up DH Andre Mora. 5-3, and that's facing a right-hander. That will be a strikeout chance. His strikeout is way up there. Look at that, 17 plus 1 is 18. That's a 9. So Mora down on strikes, and Fydrich has made it through 8 innings. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we'll see what the Orioles have left in the tank for the 9th. Right now it's the bottom of the 8th. We got Garcia, Kim, and LaFleur. So righties coming up. So Earl will make the call to the bullpen again for Dyer Miller. Since he's in dire straits, he's looking for Dyer Miller. Try to get him out of that. So Dyer Miller. So we have Tippy. I forgot to write Tippy Martinez in here. And now Dyer Miller. Pitch the 8th against the bottom of the order. Pedro Garcia. 4-6. Against a lefty, it'd be a strikeout chance. Against a righty, it is blank. So we go straight to Garcia's card at this point. 1-5. Fly to center. 1 away. Got to bring up Bruce Kim, catcher. 1-1 is blank on Miller, so we go to Kim's card. 5-1 is a single to center field for Bruce Kim. First hit of the game for Kim. That'll bring up LaFleur, top of the order. 5-2, and that is a strikeout chance, but 16 for LaFleur, plus the 1 is a 17, so that 17 will be the strikeout. Facing the right-hander. Had he been facing a lefty, he would not have struck out. But against a right-hander, big disparity there, so struck him out. Here's for Riser. 3-5. 3-5, possible error if there's a grounder. Go to Verizer's cards. 4-1, it's a pop to second, so no ground ball, therefore no error. And a 1, or a fairly easy inning for Dyer Miller. Give up just a hit, and that's it. So we go to the 9th. Last chance for the Orioles, as the Tigers lead at 5-2. John Hiller is ready in the bullpen if needed. Fydrich has faced 33 batters. So this will be his last batter to face before he gets tired. Once he gets tired, then this single and this walk come into play. So you have to be a little careful there. Let's look at the Orioles pinch hitting for potential batters here. Belanger's hit 270, so they might let him hit. I think for Brooks Robinson, they're going to bring in a pinch hitter in Ken Singleton. So Ken Singleton's going to hit for Brooks Robinson. But first things first, it is going to be Belanger, but we're looking ahead. Ken Singleton, pinch hitter, and we'll probably get one for Dave Duncan too, but we'll wait and see what the situation is. Here's Belanger. 1-4. 1-4 against a right-hander is a walk chance, and that's a 3, so it will be a walk to Belanger. Leadoff walk. And now that brings up Singleton. Pinch hitting. 6-6 is blank off of Fydrich. We go to Singleton's card. 3-1, and that is a single past third. Single past third. I'll plug in my phone because the battery is starting to go a little bit. don't want to lose the video after all this time, obviously. So, sorry about that. So it's a single pass third, S5. And on a single on an S5, to get from first to third, you gotta have a 6. So obviously the runner is gonna stay at second base. So pinch hit single for Singleton. And that'll bring up Duncan, but again, we will have a pinch hitter for Duncan as Earl goes to the bench for Terry Crowley. Not that much better of a hitter, but a little bit better. So Crowley, Terry Crowley, the lefty, will be on to pinch hit. 1-5 for Fydrich is a home run question mark. Now against lefties, that's a 1-19, 11 passes, but Crowley does not hit any home runs, so no chance of a home run. So we will go to Crowley's card to finish. 2-2 is a fly to center, and that's one away. So Crowley flies to center for out number 1. Brings up Bumry. 6-2 range play at the ballpark. 2-6 ground ball to short range play check of Verizon, who's a 3. So this has to be a 3 or less to make the range play. It's a 1, so he does make it. Now check for double play. It's a 2. So this has to be a 1 or a 2 for a double play. It's not, it's a 3. And the runner on first base, Singleton, his BR rating is a 2. So since 3 is greater than 2, it's a fielder's choice. So Bumry reaches on the fielder's choice. Singleton is out. And I believe it's going to go 6-4 on the fielder's choice. So there's 2 away. Belanger does go to third. So 2 away, runners at the corners. Tying run is at the plate in Paul Blair. Paul Blair, you notice he had 11 home runs against lefties, none against righties, so we're not bringing in the lefty Hiller. They're going to let Fydrich pitch to him. Try to get the complete game. 4-4. 4-4 is a blank, so we go to Blair's card. 3-4. 3-4 is a fly to center, and there's your ball game. So Mark Fydrich guts it out for a complete game. 5-2 victory. In the real game, the Orioles, or the Tigers rather, won it 4-0. In this game, they won it 5-2. The Orioles had an error, just like they did in real life. So, Mark Fydrich, let's put in his numbers for this start. As we total up what he did, we'll add it into this. He goes all 9 innings. And let's see how many hits did he give up. Fydrich gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scattered 9 hits. All right, earned runs. He gave up 2 earned runs. No home runs again. Walks and strikeouts. Let's check the walks and strikeouts. There's a walk there. And a walk there. That's 2 walks. And there's a walk there and a walk there. 4 walks. So a little bit higher total on his walks. He does go to 7-1. And let's check the strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. I've only got him for 3 strikeouts. Now I don't know about his ERA because now he goes to 85 1/3, giving up 15 runs. So I don't know exactly what the ERA. It's going to jump just a tad. Still going to be around 1.6 something or 1.7 probably. But he does improve to 7-3. I don't know why I put 7-1 there. 7-3 on the replay now. With that victory, complete game victory, his next outing will be a July 9th game against Kansas City again back at Tiger Stadium. So hopefully you enjoyed that Manic Monday, getting back to Mark Fydrich replay. People seemed, back when I was playing it regularly, that seemed to be the video that got the most views was the Mark Fydrich replay. So I figured why not? If I'm going to come back with Manic Monday, I'll come back with a splash and use the bird. Now next Manic Monday will be something different. Might be a surprise. I may not play a game next Monday. I may do a baseball card box break on Monday instead. We'll see how it goes, because I'm starting to branch out a little bit, or at least putting my toe in the water at doing junk wax breaks, and thinking about doing that for next Manic Monday. We shall see. That's going to do it from here. Video's an hour long now. Hopefully, I think I'm going to put this in as a premiere. So if I do, hopefully you had fun chatting and watching this as the game unfolded. And if you hadn't never seen Inside Pitch before, hopefully once I played an inning or two, you kind of picked up with the routine of how the game flows and all that good stuff with Mark the Bird Fydrich. He was 19-9 in the actual season. Right now, through 11 games, through 11 of his 29 starts, he is 7-3. So if we roughly triple, let's see, he's got 18 more starts, so a little bit over a third of the way. So he'll be looking at roughly 19-9 as a record for real life. So this could be interesting to see how this plays out, see how accurate the game actually gets. All right, so let's go do it from here, and hope you're enjoying your Monday, whether you be at, well, it's a holiday, so you know, for government employees, so not for me, but for government employees, it's a holiday. So if you have the day off, good for you. Hope you're enjoying it. If you're at work like me, then hopefully this has helped you pass the time while you're getting through your work day. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.